Well, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wasn't happy with the schedule. He's quite feisty, actually. I've not seen him like that. It's quite, I don't mind that. But his team did really well regardless.
Well, I think that's part of it, Gary. I think it gave him something to probably, as a message to give to his side. I think sometimes you need that, kind of backs against the wall type stuff. And essentially, they went out there and performed today for him. All over the pitch, they were brilliant. I thought at the top end, they were razor sharp, though. Dropping into little pockets of space like this caused Everton problem after problem. On that occasion, Alan comes out to Martial and deals with it, but they didn't do it enough, Everton, and it cost them. Fernandes was phenomenal all day. He was back to his best. And sometimes when you find a pocket of space, you've not got to run anywhere. Clever players know that, and he's smart. He's in a little pocket of space. He just bides his time, thinks no one's coming to mark me. Shaw picks him out. Bang, that's his team back in the game. And they continued with this. It was like Everton was so nervous of the space in behind them. Yeah. They just can't. Rashford dropped in there. And then the movement, not sure he got a touch on it. He might claim it, but I think it goes down as a Fernandes second goal. Martial in the second half, nobody wants to come out and mark him. It was just a common theme that was brilliant about Manchester United today. They just noticed the weakness, played on it, and was just too sharp for Everton to deal with. And that typifies it there. Do you want to come out? No. OK, you come out too late, then I'll go in behind you. Yeah. It was a top United display and a thoroughly deserved win.
Yeah. It was there. Everton, by contrast, struggled, particularly defensively.
Yeah, defensively.
As their manager said.
And the thing is, the reason why they're at the top of the table is because they were so compact, well organised, and 9 goals in the last 4 games just isn't good enough. There seems to be an imbalance between whether it's personnel, new players coming in. This is quite passive, players going out. A lot of crossovers here, Seamus jumping out of the hole, Sigurdsson pointing, man behind me, but no one really showing up there. And we've got the screen with Allen. Keane, Holgate, they're fine. Seamus can probably go out and press a bit harder. But it just, players in those areas, this is something that needs to be dealt with. And it's not. It's too easy for these 2 big defenders. Should be winning that. Again, everything's fine. The game's just pretty much ticking along. But this area, when Marcus Rashford checks, he receives the ball, faces forward. Michael Keane doesn't know whether to come or whether to stay. And this is a big element where you're just letting him drift in.
Yep.
Defend the second ball. Now, the spaces here, we have the shield. We talk about Alan, Doucouré, these sorts of players, but this is too much space. Martial in the pocket, and now over the top, here's a space. Whether it's a misunderstanding with new players coming in, I don't think Carlo Ancelotti will be happy with this, because to be top of the table, it's because of the defence. And at the moment, we're leaking too many goals. Yeah.
Good day for Manchester United's captain, Harry Maguire. It's been a tough start to the season for him, on and off the field, but look back to his best.
He did. Leadership's been questioned at times throughout this season. Well, today he led by example. He was solid in that centre-half area. He knew he had a big task on his hands dealing with Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but he stuck at his task. He was dominant within that battle, I thought. He had that coolness about his game as well in that second half, once the game settled down a bit, doing things like he used to see him do it in a Leicester shirt, finding his teammates with lovely passes like that. But it was things like this that impressed me most, noticing the danger, getting back into that area, staying close to where the problem could be and clearing it with real authority. And he even had a little bit to play in that final goal, winning the ball on the edge of his own box. That man Fernandes doing what he does best, releasing it for Cavani to get his first goal. And it was a solid display, and he did look like he was back to his best today.
He was also involved in an incident, Tim, with Jordan Pickford, where Pickford looked like he kicked out. VAR looked at it, didn't give a penalty. We think we know why.
Yeah, and you look at this and you think Pickford's made another mistake. Yeah. But he hasn't. Because as it slows down here, you can clearly see he's been pushed.
Yeah.
And because of this angle here, it's clear. And in my opinion, for a goalkeeper like this, people will look for these instances and try and pick bones out of it. But this was a clear foul, and defensively, just weren't good enough today.
OK, Crystal Palace welcome